me today on this fresh Thursday morning, and we've got a 2019 Volkswagen arteon, whatever you want to call it, 2 litre TDI, and we're going to be replacing the timing belt on it. And we have got my little heater on the burn this morning. Now, it's not going to make a massive difference, it's just enough to take the chill off the back of my neck. Anyway, let's get involved. First thing I'm going to do is send that vehicle up in the air. We're going to remove all the under trays underneath and the lower half of the splash guard, driver side front wheel, and then we can make a start on. Put my camera there for you to see. We're going to get the coolant out of the engine through this bottom pipe, get out of the little receptacle, like so. We'll get this pipe off. Be careful because everything is plastic and you may break it. And while that coolant's draining out, we're going to get our little pin now. Let me get this alternator belt off. Put the pin in, and that belt now should just pull off beautifully. Now we've got the vehicle back down to working height, we need to remove the coolant tank, the fuel filter housing out of the way. We can just pull that up there. We've got to remove the AdBlue injector as well, and a few other bits and bobs so we can get that top timing cover off. And then once I've done all that, we'll make a start on getting the top engine mount out. Now that's everything literally out of the way. We've just pulled the AdBlue injector out of the way. You can just tuck it up. I have also removed the DPF pressure sensor. You can do it with it on and just bend it around, but for the sake of 2 little clips, let's take it off and make as much room as possible. Right, let's move round now to getting the engine mount out of the way. Now get yourself a jack, get your torch, block of wood on the sump, jack it up, take the weight off the engine. Maybe we can get 2 16s, 1 13 and 2 18s, and that engine mount will pull out the way. Leave all the bolts in so we're not getting them mixed up. Now we've got both engine mounts out of the way, which is down there in a nice little pile. We need to get a timing tool now and get this engine timed up. Now as you can see, I don't know whether you'll be able to see it, but down the bottom there, I've put 2 little marks on the timing cover. There's a little notch on the crankshaft pulley and a little mark on the plastic cover, which you've got to line up. And then we need to put 2 pins in, one in the fuel pump, one in the camshaft, and one in the fuel pump round here. Now them little tools, they have got little balls on, which I do unscrew because we need to get that pulley, that tool into the pulleys and slacken these pulleys off in a minute. Now we've come round to the inner wheel arch. We need to remove the crankshaft pulley, and there is 4 M10s. Bang them out with your gun, and then once that pulley is off, we can get the lower half of the plastic timing covers off. Oh, I'm gonna have to get a bit of a tapperoonie, I think. Get 2 hands in there, and there we go. That cover now is off. Now we've removed all them covers, we need to lock the crank up with a tool, slide into the bolt hole like so, and we get that pin, and that slots through, and it clicks into the oil pump, just like that. Right, let's get this timing belt off. Now before we take the belt off, we're going to slacken the fuel pump pulley off and the camshaft pulley, which I've got the tool set up now. Just slots into the camshaft. Now what I've done, I've taken the little T30 out of the pulley, just so the tool will butt up to the pulley itself rather than the tool slipping. And what we're going to do, pull one way and lever the other, and that pulley is now nice and slack. And then once all the pulleys are nice and slack, as you can see, we need to get our 15 on the tensioner now, take a nut off, and then that belt should now just pull off nice and easy, like so. Now once that belt is off, let's get the vehicle back up in the air, and we need to remove the water pump. Now there's a little plug that you need to unplug out the plastic housing as well. We can get our M10s and undo the 3 bolts on the water pump. Now we all know I hate mess, so we've got our lovely little receptacle to catch all that coolant. Right, let's get it out. And there we have it, that is one water pump off. Now these are quite prone for sticking, but we're not worried about that one at the minute. We have got a brand new one. Now we all know by now that my preferred timing belt and water pump kit is an INA Schaeffler one. Brilliant piece of kit, it's, well, pretty much OEM. We have also got in this kit new studs, bolts, pretty much everything. So let's get this water pump on. We're going to get it torqued up to spec. But what we're going to do first, just put a tiny little bit of red rubber grease around there. Now that water pump is on and torqued up to spec, we need to jump around and replace these studs for the idler and the tensioner. Who else changes these? I bet you a lot don't. Now, what I use to remove them, now if you're old enough to remember these, Bosel exhausts, this is an actual stud extractor. Slide it on and we can get our ratchet now and wind that stud out. And that is one stud out the block. Get the brand new one now. It has got a little bit of Loctite on it. We can screw it in and we can get this torqued up now to 15 Newton meters. And there you have it. That is one stud on there, and we've also put the new idler roller on. We get it up and torque it up now to 20 Newton meters, and I've also put the new stud in for the tensioner up there. Right, now we've put the new tensioner on and we've also put a new roller here. We have to sort of like preload this tensioner, this tool that you get in the timing belt kit, in the timing tool kit should I say. Slide it in that little groove there, get your 6mm Allen key and your 15mm spanner. You can pull that tensioner around now, turn my spanner around, and we can just nip that up, and that will keep that tensioner now as far back that way so we can get the belt on. Now before we put this timing belt on, what we must do is get the camshaft pulley, turn it fully clockwise, and the same with the fuel pump, fully clockwise. So as we put the belt on and we tension it, the both pulleys will turn ever so slightly, which you'll see in a minute anyway. Right, I'm just going to put the belt on. Right, now we've got that belt on, let's get it tensioned up. I'm just going to put my camera down there. Hopefully we get a good view. Right, what we're going to do is, where's it gone? Get my 15mm spanner now. We're going to take a preload off this tensioner, remove the tool, like so. I don't know, can you see these pulleys moving? I'm going to remove that tool there. Now, there is a little arrow here, which you're going to bring down with the tension now. I'm going to turn it clockwise, and that arrow will come down, and you should see that these pulleys moving. Might have to just turn my Allen key. And then pulleys are moving nicely now. And then once that tension's there, what we're going to do is just nip it up, like so. And we can get our torque wrench on it now and get it torqued up. Now once the tension is all torqued up to 20 Newton meters and then 45 degrees, we can get onto the fuel pump now. We can get this torqued up to 95 Newton meters. Absolutely perfect, and we can carry out that process again on the camshaft pulley. And now the camshaft pulley, this is 100 Newton meters, so we're just going to slide the tool in. Like so, we get it on now to 100 Newton meters. Absolutely perfect. Now once we've torqued everything up and we're happy with everything, we can go ahead and remove our timing pins. And if you've done it correctly, them pins should pull out effortlessly. You shouldn't have to wiggle them, this should just slide straight out. Remove the crank. There's all the tools now out of the way. All we're going to do is get on the crank pulley now, and we're going to turn the engine over twice and make sure that all our marks are lining up correctly. And there you have it. Once you are happy with everything and you've got no restrictions, the engine's not locking up, and all your marks now that I've put on down there on the camshaft and the crankshaft are all lining up perfectly, I'm not going to bore you putting it all back together, so I'm just going to plod on. Now I'm putting this back together. Now, is this only me or does everybody do it? You know, when you're putting your timing covers back on, to give everything a bit of a wipe down, all the plastic covers, and make sure, you know, make it look a little bit presentable, make it look as if you've, you know, done something. Once all that car is back together now, we need to put some fresh coolant in it. Now these can be a little bit of a pain because of all the electric pumps and stuff like that, but I always use this vacuum and refill system. It's absolutely insane. It's only about £100-ish that. Pull a vacuum on it, get all that air out, get the correct coolant for the vehicle, and once you pull the vacuum on it, you just come into the yellow, and then once it's been left for about, I don't know, 5 minutes and we've got no leaks, open that valve and that will now fill that coolant system beautifully. And there you have it, that is one car now all back together. all we need to do is get on the key and give it a big start, Rooney. There you have it. Perfect. And that is it. That is one timing belt replaced on this 2019 Volkswagen arteon, however you want to pronounce it. Yeah, I'm going to let the vehicle now tick over, get the temperature up, make sure the fans are cutting in, give it a bit of a test drive, and don't forget to torque that driver's side front wheel. But yeah, let's get it sent.